everybody. My name is Giulia. I come from Italy, and for the next 10 minutes, I would like to share with you some tips, some key learnings on how to accelerate food tech. So, just few numbers to give you the context from our starting point. In Germany, there are 45% of European investments on food tech and 12% of food tech rounds. When it comes to Spain, it's 5% of European investments in food tech and 12% of rounds. When it comes to Italy, it's really tough. It's 1% of European food tech investment, but it's 9% of food tech investments rounds. And if you take in mind that 1%, actually almost everything is here in Milano. So Milano is the hub for the food tech investment in Italy. 29 million euros has been invested in 4 years, and in Milano there are the 60% of the rounds in Italy. So Milano is the food tech hub, but as you can see, there are not so many investments going around. So what we were asking is, what can we do to accelerate, to move faster, and to bring innovation in Milano? Bringing innovation meaning working with startups, corporation, and also all the ecosystem actors. Here today there are corporations are structured. They are integrated. They need to be integrated because they are big and they have lots of processes, lots of people. They are established. They have brands, big brands, and they have to protect a very important brand reputation. So the right to fail, it's not so easy for a big corporation, but corporates are open because they know they have to grow and they are always looking at what's going on around. So we said, what can we do as ecosystem to break this kind of wall between startups and corporates, and how can we facilitate the dialogue between them? And on top of the dialogue, how can we make those people work together? So how can we supercharge or accelerate or realize the food tech revolution? 2 options maybe. The first one, well, we take our products, we take what we do, and we bring it to the moon, meaning we don't make much effort, us as ecosystem, corporates, or startups. So we really do not believe in this. And we see that too many times this is the biggest mistake, like every actor stuck in his positions, and it's very difficult to move forward. This is the option we prefer, to bring the moon to our ordinary life. It means that the disruption is going to be inside the corporation, thanks to the startups, but also into the startups, thanks to the corporation. So both of them are going to really work together and learn from each other. So we decided to make things happen. Business is the only promises we could have since the beginning. And that's what we have done. I promise you, this is the only slide on Foodtech Accelerator. Just to share with you what is Foodtech Accelerator. It's an initiative of 15 weeks held in Milano. We sponsored by 3 big corporations, and the good thing is that they represent the whole food value chain. So there is one corporation is a raw material transformer and trader. The other one, it's the leading Italian brand for chicken products, so B2C. And the third one is a retailer. Normally, everyone is the supplier of the other one. So their normal business relationship is a supplier relationship. What they have decided here is to be partner in innovation projects. And we scouted together with them 7 international startups that represent 7 different projects that they have to realize together. They have to do it together, in 15 weeks. So what we have learned from this initiative, first of all, talking about corporates, they have to be committed. This is very important. They have to be committed since the beginning. They have to identify key people who's going to work on this project and set the expectations, which are the KPIs of your project. This is super important. Why? Because normally there's really few people inside corporation that don't want to innovate. Few of them. The real problem you're going to have is that most of them are super exciting in making innovation, like, yes, we are going to make the food tech revolution, and so they have huge expectation. Set the expectation. You have to define your KPIs in order to measure the performance of your project, in order to have to talk about the business, about the project, and not the emotional part. Startups. We talk about readiness. Startups should be ready to work with those big guys, and that means they have to be ready to talk sometimes the language of big corporation. They have to be ready to understand how big corporation works, and this is not just because they don't want to move. It's because when you are so big, maybe you can't move so fast in a different way. So they have to speak the same language sometimes in order to make things happen. And last but not least, concreteness. What we have learned is, let's stay on the project. Let's always talk about the project, about the business, and step by step. The importance of designing how to start and being ready to change your way of working during the project, this is very important, but design how to start. Make it structured, because this is a very good point for both corporates and startups, in order to, again, start, which sometimes is the most difficult things. So, I was speaking about being concrete. I want just to share with you some concrete examples that are live on the hypermarket store of the retailer. So if you come to Milano, please be our guest, and you will discover with us the 7 startups. Here today, because I don't have much time, I have just 3 examples. This is a very good one, Wasteless, one of the 7 startups. Wasteless comes from Israel. They have dynamic pricing. That is, so the price is changing according to the expiring date. What happens is that the retailer said, okay, come, you will make your MVP in my hypermarket, and I will adapt my payment system in order to adopt your solution. The chicken brand said, okay, I will change the GS1 data bar in order to use your solution, because you need to read the expiration date. So they really collaborate with the startups. And from the 19th of March, only 30 days after the beginning of the acceleration, they were live in the hypermarket, and as you see in the pictures. And it's working. And they are measuring, and they have KPIs, and it will be live until the end of May, and then they will decide what's next. Second example, Planetarians from US. This is a startup that has been in Techster and Foodtech Accelerators, and then she came at our accelerator. Why? Again, because of business. And Cereal Dogs, it's a 1 billion company of raw material transformation and trading. So Cereal Dogs produced the first ton of Planetarians flour. Planetarians, sorry, I forgot to say, they have a patent to produce a high protein flour coming from sunflower seeds. So cereal dogs produce 1 ton of this flour. They are studying the scalability and the industrial cost in order to make Planetarian's growth very, very soon. And the chicken brand tested Planetarian's flour on his current products in order to make his products more flexitarian. Here you see some lasagna, burger, etc. as examples. Fit Food. Fit Food was a digital native restaurant. It's going to be an omni-channel brand thanks to the 2 partners. We will be live on a hypermarket in 1 week. Come and see. And actually, corporates and startups really liked at the end to work together. So if you want to know more, I invite you to come in Milano the 7th of May at Seeds and Chips, the Global Foodtech Innovation Summit. We will have our demo day. You can meet startups, you can meet corporates, and we will launch the 2nd edition of this Foodtech Accelerator program. So if you are a startup and you want to join, apply. Otherwise, you can have a look at our website, or otherwise, let's get in touch. Thank you very much.